forward this to the computer. So here we have a slightly different problem, and we're going to do a Pareto chart. So what you need to remember, and let me go ahead and increase the thickness of the line here. In 1 second. Oh, come on, computer. That's good. Is that good? Good thickness? Yes, it is. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to draw an axis. Now, my Pareto chart means from greatest to least. That's what I'm going to do. So remember that you can only have qualitative data or categories on my horizontal axis. And the vertical axis is going to be frequency. Okay, so now we're going to pick the scale. The highest number that is on my frequency is 124. So I'm going to go ahead and go by 30s. 30, 60, 90, 120. Got it? What's the biggest one?
24.
124. That corresponds to what category? What category is that?
Online services.
Online services, OS. And so that goes up to 100. Me pasé un poquito there. 124. Yes, Mama? It's lunchtime. What are you going to eat? All right, the next biggest one, what would it be?
Networking.
Networking.
There we go. So let's just say this is 103. Networking. The next biggest one, what would it be?
72. The newspaper.
The newspaper. So we're going to go ahead and say it's around here. This weekend, I'm going to clean out my dad's shed. And then I'm going to organize everything he has. Because I'm noticing he's disorganizing everything too. 69. And then the last one is what?
Mailings. 32.
Is this like, do I have to even explain this, guys? Do I have to explain it?
Lo explicó la clase pasada.
Uh-huh. Super easy, right?
Yeah.
Super easy?
Yes.
Questions or concerns? No questions or concerns?
Always biggest to least, right?
From biggest to least. That's how Pareto this chart is.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and now create a snapshot of number 2. And I'm going to paste it onto here. It's tiny, but I'm going to make it bigger. I'll put next to it here. I'm going to slide this over. Come on, computer, you can do this. And then I'm going to zoom in over here. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
They now want you to create a pie chart out of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the table. And then we'll talk about how to draw it. But I'm not going to require you to draw it in class because you guys are not going to bring protractors and stuff like that and compasses to class. I know it's just like, for what, 7 of you will bring it. All right, so the first thing we're supposed to do is we're supposed to add all the frequencies together, right? So we take 69 plus 124. Give me a second. Let me clear out the things on my calculator. 69 plus 124 plus 72 plus 32 plus 103. Hey, that's 400. Look at that. Nice number. And then we're supposed to do the next one, relative frequency. There's an R there you can't see. Let me make it prettier, guys. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Yeah. relative frequency. I'll just abbreviate it like that. You know what I mean. So now, in order to find the first relative frequency, we take 69 and divide it by 400. So when you take 69 and divide that by 400, you get 0.1725, which is approximately 0.17. So I rounded it to 0.17. And then you continue doing this for the rest. You take 124 and divide it by 400. So 124 divided by 400, that's 0.31. And you take 72 and divide it by 400, and that's 0.18. Oh, sorry about that. I mean, 0.18. And you take 32 and divide it by 400, and you get 0.08. And you take 103 divided by 400, and you get, so 103 divided by 400 is equal to 0.2575, so it's 0.26. And now you have to go ahead and add the relative frequencies. And if you add them, 0.17 plus 0.31 plus 0.18 plus 0.08 plus 0.26, you get 1. And so it's 1. So any questions so far what I've done? Because I'm almost there, but you know, you got to first figure out your relative frequencies. Questions, concerns?
How do you get one like out of that? Like, do you add
You add
all?
them all up. Yeah, the sum of. That's what I mean by the sum of. Two emails. Okay, the next one will be the final part of the table that we're to be doing. Central angle. So this will tell you what angle corresponds to this particular category. So what you're supposed to do, let me erase that line. You're supposed to take 360 and multiply it by 0.17. And 360 and multiply it by 0.31. And 360 and multiply it by 0.18. And 360 times 0.08, and then you take 360 and multiply by 0.26. Each of those is going to give you an angle. For instance, 360 times 0.17 gives me 61.2. 360 times 0.31 gives me 111.6. 360 times 0.18, that's 64.8. 360 times 0.08, that's 28.8. And 360 times 0.26, that's 93.6. And if I were drawing this, I would not use those angles. I would actually just round them. Like 61.2 would be 61 degrees. The next one would be 112 degrees. The next one would be 65 degrees. The next one after that, 29 degrees. And the next one after that, 94 degrees. Now, if you added up all these angles, this one will give you 360 degrees, but this one gives you 361. And that's okay, because the rounding calls that to do that. The other one was slightly rounded, but we got a relative frequency of 1, so we're good. So am I going to make you draw the circle? The answer is no. I'm not gonna consume too much time, but what you're supposed to do is when you make your circle, and I will just kind of, that's not a very good circle. And let me go ahead and drag this down a little bit. Like for newspaper wants ad, we're supposed to have 61 degrees. So let's say this is the center here. 61 degrees is roughly somewhere there. This is not a very good circle. It looks like a Pac-Man now. And so this will be newspaper ads. So I'll just put newspaper here. And it's supposed to be 17%. We don't write the angle in there. We measure the angle, but we write the relative frequency in there, 17%. Then what you're supposed to do for 112 is you kind of turn your thing to the side and you put like your protractor would come in like, you know how your protractor is shaped like this? You put it here in the center here and you measure like, 112, which is more than 90, but not as quite as much as 180. So, it'll be kind of, and I guess I'll erase my protractor there because it's not really a protractor, but you would do that and you'll measure like 112, something like that. And then that would be for online services. And let me make this a little bit thicker. Online services. And that would be 31%. And then you would do that again. The next one would be 65 degrees, so it'd be kind of like this. And that would be 18%. And that would be for executive search firms. The next one would be 29%, so it's like something like this. And again, this is not the best graph, but this is for mailings. And then the last one will be networking, whatever's left. And it should be 94 degrees. It could be off, whatever, but 26%. That's how we do a pie chart. Make sense, guys and gals?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I want to go ahead and take a look, do the next two problems together. Okay, so that's what I want to do. Let me go ahead and go to Adobe right now, to the PDF file. And these are relatively easy to do. Oh, wait, no, I don't want that. I want a snapshot. So there we go. That's what I want. So here, take a snapshot of this, open up whiteboard, zoom out, do this, paste it here, make it bigger. You gotta admit, these software dudes have come such a long way. The hardware has come such a long way. There's so many things we can do that we couldn't do many years ago. It's just amazing. All right, so there we go. You guys see that?
Yes.
Problem number
Yes,
3.
sir.
Great, I see it too. Here they want you to do a time series chart. So I'm going to go ahead and do this here on my side. Okay, so I'm going to draw my axis. Okay, here's my my years go here. Always your years, your time goes here. And then up top on the vertical axis, we have our number of deaths. That's what it means. So it looks like the smallest number here is 11. So I'm going to go ahead and go by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then I'm going to put my years down here. Now the great thing is my years here look like they're just going by, so this is 1930. This is 1940. This is 1950. This is 1960. This is 1970. This is 1980. There's 1990, and then you have 2000. And for 1930, how much was it?
12.
12. And for 1940, how much was it?
17.
A little bit higher. And then for 1950,
22.
and how about for 1960?
21.
Oops, me pasé. 1970,
16.
1980,
13.
1990,
11. And 12.
2000. And okay, there we go. So, and then all you do is you connect your dots. And that's it.
Yes.
Is that self-explanatory?
Yes.
I think so. How many of you are still writing?
Me, sir.
I am.
Okay, so write quickly because I am recording. Even though I delete this and save space and I'll put it on YouTube, I'm still recording. So the shorter my video, the better. So I'll give you like 2 minutes. So at 11:06, I have to go to the next problem. I'm sorry. I can always put it back up when we're done. Let's do that. If you're writing, I'll put it back up when we're done. Fair enough? It's just so that the YouTube video is not as long. I don't want it taking up that much memory. The last one is probably the easiest one we can do together. Okay, so I'll put it up. Don't worry. You'll have your notes. So the last problem we're going to do is a stem and leaf. So here we go. It's not the best sizing, but all right. So here, let's look at those numbers. You see those numbers, guys and gals?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, what's the smallest number there? We're doing a stem and leaf, by the way. 127. So our smallest stem, I guess, could be 12. What's our biggest number there? I like your dress,
287.
Marilyn. 287. So we're going to go 13, 14, 15. You do look pretty, Mama. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Dime, amor. Oh my gosh, you look so pretty too. I love your dress. Yes, I love it. It's pink. I love it. So before I begin, I need to make something called a key. My key is going to say 12/3 equals 123. Why did I have to make that key? Why did I have to make that key? No one? Because 12/3 could mean 12.3. It could mean 1,230. It could mean so many things. Without telling my audience what I mean, they can't tell what the data is, what it means. Does that make sense? You guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start doing these numbers. 149, I write a 9 here. 167 goes right here. 162 goes right here. 127 goes right here. 130 goes right here. 180 goes right here. 160, right here. 167, right there. 221, right here. 145, right here. 137 goes right here. 194 goes here. 207 goes here. 150 goes here. 254 goes here. 262, right there. 244, right there. 287, down here. 137, up here. 204 right here. 166 over here. 174 right there. 180, here it is. 151, and I'm done. If you turn your head to the side, you see a histogram. We can't skip any of the stems. Remember, these are our stems, and these are leaves. You don't have to do the things I did right there. Is this super hard?
No, sir.
Not at all. Questions, concerns?
Mister,
Dime.
¿quiere que copiemos eso? Porque ya yo me sé eso, eso.
Yo sé, cópialo porque es un assignment que vamos a entregar entonces, para que
Ok.
todo el mundo tenga uniforme y tenga el grado igual.
Mister, can you scroll down?
Yep.
Yes, I can. I didn't realize that weren't seeing 28. But you see, it's super easy, right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Oh. I have to run today. I have to call my concrete guy too to make sure he can shoot the concrete for the pool. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. I didn't show dot plot, but I think dot plot's pretty much self-explanatory. So I'm gonna stop